Hi there, I'm Timothy Linsdau, a video producer, Christian, and I do a lot of work with the Boy Scouts of America. And some inspiring and exciting things are going to happen in the BSA this year. Okay, as some of you may know, the Boy Scouts of America has had a major change in this last year. They allowed recruiting of girls into their Cub Scouting program, which is first our kindergarten and up to age 11. Now, this February, coming up here, they're now going to allow girls to be registered in the Boy Scouting program. Remember, the girls will be in the Scouts BSA, which will make them members of the Boy Scouts of America. We are asked not to refer to them, of course, as Girl Scouts, as that is another terrific program separate from the Boy Scouts of America. So they are part of Scouts BSA, which is part of Boy Scouts of America. There are a lot of scouters. I've been around scouting for over 50 years. And I've run into some people that are pretty upset about the fact that they're putting girls into Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts. Many of you may not know that their older scouting programs, 14 and above, have had girls or been co-ed for over 30 years. That's not new. But these younger programs, that is new. But they've also had put in safety precautions in running these programs properly. Boy Scouts of America some years ago developed youth protection training, which my personal opinion is one of the best there is. Now also I need to say that I am a volunteer. I am a volunteer in the program. I am not a professional scouter. I cannot speak for the program. Only in my opinion, from my experience, do I speak about Boy Scouts of America. So that's a very important part. So if you have, news questions, other details that are beyond the scope of me as a volunteer, you call your local council. Just this is my opinion of what the changes are. I've had an opportunity to see the program in many different ways, from basic Cub Scouting program and dens, local small dens, which are like 6 to 8, or could be smaller, boys in a den, and they do different Boy Scouting craft in the Cub Scout world, I should say. Now, okay, one of the things the Boy Scouts did, from what I've seen, is when they formed the Scouts BSA with girls, they have separate units. There are girl troops and there are boy troops. Those are separate. In the Cub Scouts, they can have a boy pack and a girl pack, or they can have separate girl and boy dens. So they keep them separate that way. Now, my experience over time, there was a time when it would have rankled me, if you will. I liked the separation and the opportunity for young boys and men to be involved with older men, adults who profess to the Scout oath and law, a moral position, and that was important. But as our culture has changed over time, I've had an opportunity to see the effect that this program has on girls. We have more of a mix than we used to. I mean, just go to a REI store or your local sports and camping store. You're going to see as many women as you are going to see men. Being in the outdoors and camping and that type of adventure has grown quite a bit in the U.S. in the last decades. And both, males and females enjoy the outdoors, and that rigors as much as anybody. Well, that change is, started to blend into the youth as their parents go out and are involved, and kids go with them. So what I saw happen in our Boy Scout troops, and especially in the Cub Scouts, is parents bring their young boys to Cub Scouts. Well, the sisters come along, because they either can't get a babysitter or it's just easier for them to show up with the family, which is common. And slowly but surely, the girls watch what's going on, and they go like, well, why can't I do what my brother's doing? It's pretty cool. And it isn't long before PAX's guests would allow the girls to do things. And then I saw it happen in Boy Scouts, the same thing. And because the girls would be watching these Boy Scouts and they're camping and adventures and, climbing rocks and crossing streams and all kinds of things. And the girls go, well, why can't we do that with our brothers? And so troops would start to say, well, we'll invite you along as guests. And that started to grow, and the girls started loving it. And the ones I saw matured very quickly, absorbed the scouting program, the oath and the law, enjoyed it very much. And now I've seen them go on to the older scout programs and just excited about Boy Scouting's programs as ever. And the new ones I see, which some are coming from the venture program that are going to be part of the Scouts BSA, which is part of the Boy Scouts of America. They're excited. They're excited about the program, the advancement program part of Boy Scouts. And the Eagle Scout rank, which is the highest rank in Boy Scouting, is a very prestigious rank. It means a lot to people, especially those who understand what it takes to get it or earn it. And girls are excited about that same opportunity to be able to do that. It is a tremendous program and a benefit to the kids. And one of the things I want to get back to the youth protection training that BSA has. Developed many years ago, actually, I would say 30, in protection of the youth in the programs. One of the things they did is they never allow one-on-one environment for a scout leader. In other words, you can't be alone with a scout. You have to be with other scouts or another leader. It's always done that way for the protection of the scouts and the adults. But their training is terrific, and I am part of other organizations that work with kids, and they have youth protection training programs now. I think they're modeled after the Scouts. I don't know if they are or not, but I've had an opportunity to see the difference, or the comparison, I should say, and how they're alike. And they're terrific programs. And in Boy Scouting, youth protection training you have to take every 2 years, or you cannot be registered with the Boy Scouts of America. So that's very important. Every person that applies to be registered has a background check, and there are all kinds of protections for children from that program. Any suspected abuse has to be immediately reported. You're responsible for that if you're an adult member of the Boy Scouts of America. You have to report these things to keep the kids safe. That's what that's all about. Yes, there's been bad stuff happened over the years, and Boy Scouts have made a concerted effort to try to eliminate that as much as possible. Keep everybody aware of keeping our kids safe. That's a big deal. So it's quite an exciting and inspiring thing that's going to happen within a few weeks here, and we're going to see how that goes. I'm looking forward to it, and I know the girls are looking forward to it. And it's been a new experience for the boys and girls. I've had an opportunity to see that. Going through public school, one can remember negative things that happened in school that weren't taken very good care of. And it's a first priority in Boy Scouts of a moral direction, moral guidance in the program. And it puts the boys and girls into a different environment than anything else that they've been in, maybe even their church, and because it's very active, outdoor, and the ideal way that the boys and girls would be involved is like in a Cub pack, but in Boy Scouts they're separate units. But when they come together in a camporee, which is like a district or council-wide event, which includes many different units, you're going to have girl units and boy units competing against each other. Now, those of us who've been around in California, and Southern California in particular, they will have jamborees with Mexican Scouts or other international Scouts. And they have had girls, I think, from the beginning in their units. And so it gave these Scouts an opportunity to see that and see how it worked, and us as leaders. And I have seen the girl patrols beat the boy patrols, and because they're very serious and about what they're doing and what they're learning, which has been interesting to see. But it'll be quite a thing to see how this goes, because I've been around it a while. I've had an opportunity to see the effect it's having, how it works. It will be an inspiring and exciting time to see how this goes. So, looking forward to it. I'm Timothy Linsdau. How about liking and commenting on my video and subscribing to my channel? Thanks a lot.